Rosa Parks and the Bus to Freedom, Chapter 7. After they settled in Montgomery, Parks encouraged Rosa to finish her high school education. She returned to school and earned her diploma. Parks went on working as a barber, and Rosa took in sewing and worked as an aide at a hospital. Then Rosa found a better job as a secretary at Maxwell Field, a nearby military base. World War II had begun, and many extra workers were needed. Unlike any other place in Alabama, Maxwell Field was integrated, meaning that the races were not kept apart. The president at that time, Franklin Roosevelt, had said that public places on military bases had to be open to black and white people equally. Working at an integrated base meant that Rosa lived in a strange, divided world. During the workday, she could go anywhere she liked. She could drink from any water fountain. She could use any restroom. She could sit at any table in the cafeteria, even if a white person were sitting there. At the end of the day, she could take any seat on the trolley car that took workers to the edge of the base. Rose remembered those trolley rides all her life. She often described how she would sit up front near a white co-worker and her 9-year-old son. The three of them would chat as they rode along, but when they reached the edge of the military base, they went back into a segregated world. They would pay the same fare and climb onto the same city bus. But while the little boy and his mother took seats up front, Rosa walked to the rear of the bus where the colored section was. The little boy would be looking at me so strangely, she remembered. Every day she found going to the back of the bus a little more humiliating. In her free time, Rose had begun attending meetings of the Montgomery NAACP. There she met E.D. Nixon, the head of the group. Nixon reminded Rose of her grandfather, and she liked him right away. Soon she was working as Nixon's volunteer secretary. She would take notes at meetings, write letters, and arrange for speakers to come. Rosa soon became even more involved as the advisor to the NAACP Youth Council. Rose and Parks weren't able to have children of their own, but Rosa loved working with black teens. She took them on field trips and taught them about black history. Some of Rosa's other duties were less pleasant. She often went to interview black people who were the victims of race-based crimes. The NAACP wanted records of those crimes, hoping to encourage the victims to testify in court. Rosa heard horrible stories of lynchings, rapes, and attacks by white mobs. It hurt her to hear such terrible things, but she knew it was important for the stories to come out. One of the NAACP's major efforts was to make it easier for black people to register to vote. The year she turned 30, in 1943, Rosa made it her goal to become registered. She knew it wouldn't be easy, and she was right. The process took 2 years. First, Rosa had to find a time to go to the registration office. The office had no regular schedule. When it was open, it was usually only for 2 hours on a weekday morning. This was to make it difficult for black people with jobs to get there. Finally, the office was open on Rosa's day off. She took the registration test. The white clerk who scored it told her she had failed. It didn't do any good to ask why. The clerk didn't have to answer. But Rosa didn't give up. She went back and took the test again. This time she made a copy of the 21 questions and her answers. There were no copy machines in those days, so she wrote the copy out by hand. If she was told that she had failed again, she was going to use her copy to file a lawsuit against the registration board. But this time she was told she passed. At the age of 32, Rosa Parks was finally registered to vote in the state of Alabama. It was during one of her trips to the voter registration office that Rosa first encountered the bus driver, James Blake, who had played such a key role in her life and in history 12 years later. Thank you.